What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Lesser Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, an interesting video for you here on the channel. Today is who will win the 2026 Elimination Chamber on this channel. I love to do my way too early predictions, so why not do it for Elimination Chamber? Now, I will say a couple of things. First off, starting off with, I think I'm 3.5 months, if my math does me correct. November, December, January, February. Okay, we're like 3.5 months away. I will say that obviously, it feels like the Royal Rumble winners will likely have a mention on here because I think they're going to win the Royal Rumble. So if they don't, then they could win the Elimination Chamber. I am obviously throwing out way too early predictions. This is way too early. I really do mean that. Yeah, I'm excited to do this video though. We have 6 people in here. I'm going to describe and answer and throw out people who I think are going to be having the championship, how they could, how they maybe don't have the championship. So yeah, let's get started. I said we have 6 people here. Like always in these channels, we have the tiers on here, just like it's a, what is it called? We have a tier list where or like tier where it says, like, for example, Brock Lesnar, I have him in the tier 3 long shots. Tier 2 is a different thing. I would not put Brock Lesnar in that tier. Others I would probably consider in that tier. So we have Brock Lesnar here. I sadly have to mention him. I feel like Brock Lesnar, I feel like the goal for him, okay, there's 2 ways they could go about this. I think Brock Lesnar versus Bronson Reed should be the match now with Seth Rollins being out. I believe that Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker is off the table, but I've been kind of thinking in my head, what is the chance they do Brock Lesnar versus Braun Breaker? Now that could happen, but I feel like Braun Breaker should be going after the title entering WrestleMania season and should win the Royal Rumble. So that's why you don't see a Braun Breaker on here, because I think he wins the Royal Rumble. Could he win Elimination Chamber? Sure, but I think it's going to be Brock Lesnar Braun Breaker win the Royal Rumble, so we're going to go about that. In this scenario, though, if Brock Lesnar wins the Elimination Chamber, I think it's CM Punk who's going to lose to Braun Breaker at the Royal Rumble or just before his title. And then we have a Braun Breaker with the title going against a Brock Lesnar. I don't think this will happen. That's why in the long shots, but still need to mention out of my 6 people here, because obviously it's Elimination Chamber match. AJ Styles is another person that's a long shot. Now, I think he has a better chance than Brock Lesnar just because it's AJ Styles. He has a chance of maybe winning the Royal Rumble. I doubt it, but with Saudi being like a more like old school, like they get more hype off of old school wrestlers, like they know the names, then I would say a vet like AJ Styles primed to win there, but I like Elimination Chamber. To be completely honest with you, AJ Styles in his retirement tour, I think it would be a little bit underwhelming if he doesn't get a title reign or try to get a title reign at least, or have like just banger matches. I think he'll be in the Elimination Chamber, maybe not win it, but I really do see a world where AJ Styles wins the Elimination Chamber and goes against a CM Punk and wins the title there. Now, to be honest with you, Braun Breaker not winning, going after Punk doesn't really make a lot of sense, obviously. That can't happen in this scenario, but maybe they just wait and AJ Styles is the one that wins it and Braun Breaker wins the title off in AJ Styles instead of a CM Punk, which I don't think makes a lot of sense. So I'll mention it. I'll throw it out there. AJ Styles potentially for Elimination Chamber win. My tier 2 and the only person in tier 2 is Roman Reigns. Now, I think Roman has a decent chance of winning the Royal Rumble in Saudi. If he does that, then I think it's CM Punk versus Roman Reigns, or I think it'll be, I don't think they'll do Cody part 3 unless Cody actually is heel. Or they'll go about a Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns, which I think will be a money match. Now, I have to wait to see because of 2 different things. One, the thing I just said, the Royal Rumble, obviously he could win it. 2, what's the route for Roman Reigns going to WrestleMania? I feel like there's only a certain amount of competitors he could go against. Is it a Braun Breaker? Is it a CM Punk? I think ultimately it is a Jey Uso. Now, I would say after Survivor Series, that's when we can really see the WrestleMania chips start to fall. I think Jey Uso maybe doing something at Survivor Series or something like that to maybe make him lose or something like that could be the result of Roman Reigns and him having a match in the future. So we'll have to see, because if that's not the case, if they want a Braun Breaker to go against Roman, if CM Punk, they want to go against him, then maybe Roman Reigns does win the Elimination Chamber. Starting off with the favorites, I have Gunther. Now, I think Gunther could do two things. He could either go against a CM Punk again, or actually, let me say three. Could go against CM Punk again. Don't really like that. Go against a Braun Breaker who has a title. That intrigues me. My favorite out of all the options is go against a Cody Rhodes. Now, I think a Cody Rhodes versus Gunther is a great matchup that could easily happen. And I do believe Gunther should be a Royal Rumble favorite if he retires John Cena. Now, if he doesn't win the Royal Rumble, does he maybe win the Elimination Chamber? Now, I do have to say, I am recording this before the Raw at New York, which I know is probably crazy ahead from the time I actually uploaded this video. But I have to upload and record videos pretty ahead. 1, 2, just time to be able to upload it. I believe Gunther will not have the IC title, only because I think John Cena will either, one, have an open challenge at Survivor Series. Maybe he loses it at that Raw. You would know the answer to that one. Some way, somehow, if Gunther does have the IC, then you can take him away from Royal Rumble Elimination Chamber, to be completely honest with you. But Gunther, I looked it up, has not been in an Elimination Chamber match, and it feels like Gunther should be in an Elimination Chamber match. If he is, could win it. And I feel like the intrigue of Cody versus him is something that makes sense. If he retires John Cena, you should be looking at Royal Rumble, if not Elimination Chamber. The next two are for Cody Rhodes' reign, and it depends on if they win the title beforehand. I do think there's a chance that Cody Rhodes loses the title, to be completely honest with you, before WrestleMania. But if they don't, then I would like to go this way. Drew McIntyre won Elimination Chamber 2 years ago. I have him potentially winning here. Again, could be a Royal Rumble favorite, especially with who I'm going to say next. But Drew McIntyre, I think, will likely win the title beforehand on Cody Rhodes. I just see a world where they try and do a triple threat with Drew, Randy, and Cody. And the route is Drew winning the title, Cody not winning anything, and then maybe Randy winning the Rumble, for example. And the storyline is Cody gets himself inserted for a rematch, and then they kind of give him heel tendencies and maybe fully turns heel at WrestleMania and wins the title off of that. So I don't know. Drew McIntyre, though, need to mention because could happen for the storyline. My number one, though, is Randy Orton. I do believe Braun Breaker winning the Royal Rumble just makes the most sense in my opinion, because giving that legitimate young star in Saudi the win would actually, I think, do wonders for his career and really help him. And then I think a Randy Orton could win it, but I don't want to go that route. I think Elimination Chamber helps him, and I think it will be the storyline of what I just said, but I'm going to switch Royal Rumble with Elimination Chamber, and I said Royal Rumble, so I didn't spoil this, but obviously you know. Randy Orton winning the Elimination Chamber. This is perfect world. Ready? Drew wins the title, maybe Royal Rumble, okay? Wins the title. Cody's kind of getting pressed, getting mad, says he wants his rematch, doesn't get to go into Elimination Chamber. Randy wins it, says he wants Drew, and then we see Cody entering himself, and then we have a triple threat entering Mania. I think that's the route we're going to go. Then I think it's going to come about that Jacob Fatu wants Randy Orton, because he was the one that took out Jacob Fatu, Randy did. So maybe a fatal four-way. That's like what I'm seeing right now, but that's crazy booking, I know. I'm just trying to think of a way how we get all four of them into a match, and I think you have to come out with something insane for night 2, because I don't think a match between Cody and Gunther, even though I think that's a good match in my opinion, I don't think a lot of people would really like it compared to the last 2 years of, or last even 3 years of Cody Cena. I mean, that's pretty big. So I feel like Cody Orton you can't do because you've already seen it before. Cody Drew you can't do because you've already seen it before. Cody Gunther you've already seen before. There has to be something. There has to be a triple threat, something new, something that feels like we have not seen this before. That's why I'm booking it here. So I'm going to throw this out the way. I'm going to just mention this, but I do think it'll be Randy Orton with storyline. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I actually almost debated on playing Jacob Fatu here just for that reason too. maybe we have something insane happen with the what's it called? The Elimination Chamber, where two people, they like pin each other. What if Cody's in it and Randy and Cody pin each other at the very end and they both are winners or both losers? That would be so much chaos, though. We'll see on that. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know anything down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Good.